Now I want to drag region to the rows, but I want to place it below here. So what you would do is you would select region and place it or drag it till you see a green horizontal bar right below here. If you want it above or if you want it coming before year attribute, go and place it on top till you see that green bar above the year attribute. So please, as I'm doing this, also observe in the grid how region gets placed right next to here. So drag it over here and drop it. And if you see now, you can see region over here. Now, similarly, I want to do call center. You can't drag from this and put it over here. You have to drag it in this pane called as edit visualization pane. So how do you know whether this is the edit visualization pane? If you click on show, whatever is selected, data set objects has been selected, which means it's being shown. If I uncheck this, it goes away. So show data set objects, show edit visualization pane. So this takes it away because I unchecked it. Now I check it again. This is the edit visualization pane. We'll come to the filters pane. I will speak about it once we go there. So now I want to place call center between year and region. So drag it in a way that you see a horizontal bar between year and region and drop it right there. So this is your grid report for the dashboard that we just created. Now, if you want, you can rename this layout. You can either double click over here or you can click on this drop down and you can rename it, you can duplicate it. If you had more layouts, you can move that to the left, right, or you can even delete it. And for now, grid also, you can rename it if you want from here, or you can just click over here. If you don't want to see this title bar, you should just say hide title bar, so it goes away. And there is an undo here. Okay, now let's add another visualization. I have my grid, but I also want a graphical representation of this data set. So what you would do is you are going to add another visualization. So go to this icon that you see over here, which is add visualization. Click on this drop down and you want a graph. So click on graph. Depending on the real estate that's available, MicroStrategy places the next visualization accordingly. It sees that there is less space below the grid and more space to the right, so it just places the graph over there. I'm going to show you how to drag and place it below the grid. I want my grid on top and I want the graph to come below it. So hover your mouse till you see a cross sign. So one quick information before that, if you click over here inside, you see a thick black border, which means that this visualization has got selected, and you will see the respective objects in the edit visualization pane. Now if I select this, you see that you have a black border over here, and these are the elements of that edit visualization pane. There is nothing in this graph, hence everything is empty. So be careful. You may be thinking you're changing a graph, but maybe this is selected and you're changing the position of the objects over here. Now going back to the graph, hover your mouse till you see a plus sign. Now we want to place it below the grid and drag your mouse. So once you start dragging, you see that it's got the black border has got converted to a blue border. Drag it in a way till you see a, I hope everybody can see it. You can see black or you can see a blue line below the grid. If I can show my mouse, it's over here, and drop it over there. Is this clear? It's just a getting to use kind of thing. If I want to take it back to the right side, so drag it in a way that I see a blue border to the right of the grid. Now I'm going to do that again, drag it and place it right below the grid over here. Okay, now the graph is placed right below the grid. Now I'm going to put something in this graph. I mean, this graph is empty for now. Let me expand this. In my vertical axis, I want call center. So ensure that you have a black border around this, which means you are in the edit visualization pane of that graph. So what, drag call center to vertical axis. Okay. Now, um, MicroStrategy did a default bubble graph for us. Now let's first change it. So click over here and select change visualization. Now I want to change it. Give me a minute. Sorry, I missed out one step. I need to add a metric also over here. So in my horizontal axis, I'm going to add revenue per employee. You have the options over here. I'm going to talk about this too. So drag revenue per employee to the horizontal axis. And now it's changed because we have brought metrics, it's now changed it to a line, to a horizontal line graph. I'm going to click here, change visualization, and it tells us that the next best possible graph should be a vertical bar clustered. If you see, um, grayed out these, which means that you cannot use them. MicroStrategy is intelligently telling you based on the set of objects that are there in your data set. So I want a horizontal bar cluster, so select and see how it's changed to this specific graph. Now I want to sort by revenue per employee. Hover your mouse over here, you should see this drop down, expand this and click on sort descending. Now you can save this. If you want to view properties, you click on this specific graph over here, show properties, and it replaces the edit visualization pane with the properties pane. Let's say you want to show values in the data labels. You want some kind of banding. So if you see some light colored lines over here, which step, Josiane? The showing this properties. Yeah, just go ahead and click on show and you should enable properties. Just click on properties. Okay. Um, all I was saying is that it's just a way of options to be displayed on your graph. You can show legend, you can hide legend over here if you want. And these are the set of options over here. Okay, now I'm going to close this. Please notice that once you check the properties pane, the edit visualization pane got unchecked on its own. You can either view the edit visualization pane or the properties pane. You can't see both of them together. So if you check the edit visualization pane, the properties pane goes away. So now let me save this. What you can do is you can click on save. And I want to save it under my reports. I'm going to call it dashboard dataset visual insight. Please note that in MicroStrategy, any dashboard that's created from a report now is also called as a visual insight. If somebody is talking about visual insight, they're also speaking about dashboards. It's just another name to it, and they have recently renamed this to visual insight. Run newly saved dashboard. Now, I want to add profit per employee. Why can't I add it from here? Because the grid called or the report doesn't have that particular object as a part of the report object. So I want to go back to the report. There is no need to log out. Just click on this browse parent folder icon over here, and it goes back to my reports now because it's stored in the folder my reports. So go ahead and click the report that you just created and add profit per employee. So I'll go and search for that metric. And I'm going to double click it. It's going to come and sit right next to revenue per employee. So I have this over here. Now, the minute I click on save and I reopen my dashboard, it's going to show profit per employee, because all this is going, and because this report is being fed as the data set for that dashboard. So click on, do you want to overwrite the existing copy? Yes. Okay, now you get a message, it's been saved successfully. Now go back to my reports. What you can do is either you go here and click on my reports from here, or you click on this return to my reports icon over here. Both do the same thing. Go back to the dashboard, and you see profit per employee visible in the dataset objects pane. Why is it not over here? Because you haven't yet dragged it. So go back to your grid, and let's say you want to place it right next to revenue per employee. So go ahead and drag it over here.